welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, well then welcome to my channel. I hope you will subscribe. Today's video is going to be about moisturization, about how to keep your skin hydrated and moist in the winter months, but also just year-round. As we age, not only does our skin tend to produce less oils, but it also tends to lose its ability to retain moisture. So it's our job to constantly replenish our skin. And the best way to do that is to know which ingredients are effective at keeping your skin hydrated and moist, and then somehow working those into our skincare routine. It's really that simple. You know, I think as we age and as we approach our 40s and our 50s, we really start to become overly concerned and overly preoccupied with the whole aging process and what it is that we can do, what it is that we can include in our skincare to kind of reverse the signs of aging and do some sort of repair. But we tend to overlook keeping our skin hydrated and moist, and quite honestly, that is just as important. Your skin is not going to look the way you want it to look if it's not plump and supple and moist. And unfortunately, a lot of the products that we use and the ingredients that we put on our skin to help do any type of repair, sometimes they can be very drying and they can really strip our skin of moisture and water. And so it's really, really important for us to kind of replenish those levels of moisture and hydration, and also to just kind of lock it all in. So that's what this video is going to be about. It's going to be about those ingredients. Okay, so there are basically three kind of categories or classes of ingredients when it comes to rehydrating and moisturizing your skin. And those are going to be your humectants. My finger just popped. Those are going to be your humectants, your emollients, and your occlusive agents. Now, they all three serve a different purpose. So I'm going to kind of tell you what purpose each category of ingredients serves, and then give you some examples of each, and then how to kind of choose what's best for your skin. So the first thing that I feel like I need to cover is the difference between dry skin and dehydrated skin. When your skin is dehydrated, that means it lacks water content. When it is dry, it means it lacks oil and moisture content. And there is a difference. I know they seem so similar, especially when you're looking in the mirror. It's very hard to tell the difference between kind of dehydrated skin and dry skin. But most often when your skin is lacking water content, it tends to look really dull, and then it tends to be tight. Now when your skin is dry, it actually lacks lipid and oil and moisture content, and you end up having skin that looks really rough and kind of flaky and dry. So like I said, it's kind of hard to tell the difference. I have normal to dry skin. I need to address both. I need water content and oil and lipid content to replenish my skin so that it looks kind of the best that it can look, you know? Now sometimes if you have naturally oily skin and you are looking in the mirror and saying, hey, how come my skin looks dry even though I've got oily skin, chances are it's not dry, it's actually lacking water content. And so you want to be looking for ingredients that help to improve and increase the water content of your skin. Now, unfortunately, when you have oily, acne-prone skin, you're oftentimes using a lot of products and a lot of ingredients to kind of address the acne, that you end up stripping your skin of its water content. So let's go ahead and start with humectants. What are humectants? A humectant is an ingredient that actually draws water to itself. So one of the most popular ones, and one of the ones that really comes to mind, is hyaluronic acid. Now, whenever I'm trying to remember the difference between humectants and emollients, because sometimes I get really confused and I have to like come up with these little, what are they called? Like mnemonics? I don't know why. I don't know what the word is. I think it's mnemonics, but it's when you come up with little, you know, funny ways of trying to remember things. So this isn't that funny, but it just helps me to remember the differences. So whenever you're talking about humectants, the way that I remember it is I think humectant starts with an H, and so does hydration. And whenever you think of hydration, you automatically think of water content. Whenever you hear of somebody being dehydrated, it means that they're lacking water and they need to drink water. They need to increase the water levels in their body. So when I think of humectant, I think of hydration, and then I think of hyaluronic acid, because hyaluronic acid also starts with an H, and it's a humectant. Because what hyaluronic acid does is it actually draws water to itself. So if you're applying serums or a moisturizer that has a lot of humectants in it, then it's actually going to draw water and moisture from the environment to your skin, and it's going to help to really rehydrate your skin. Now, the problem with some humectants is that if you use humectants that are in too high of concentration, sometimes you can actually do the opposite and it will draw water out of your skin, and obviously that is not what we want to do, because then you're going to be left with more dehydrated, dry skin. So we don't want to do that. So I have noticed in the past that whenever I'm using hyaluronic acid, I can't use it in these like 3-ingredient serums. It has to be part of a list of ingredients, and when it's in there, I really like the way that my skin benefits from it. But when I have it in too high of concentration, it tends to pull water out of my skin, and my skin is left really dehydrated. So hyaluronic acid is the most popular, or the most well-known, especially at the moment, of the humectants, but another really popular one is glycerin or glycerol. You might find that listed in your ingredients on your skincare products. Other humectants that you might find on an ingredient list are propylene glycol, urea, lactic acid, hyaluronic acid, and even aloe vera. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put a lot of information in my description box, because I'm going to, list some ingredients that fall under each category so that you know how to look for them on your ingredient list. So again, all these ingredients that are considered humectants are going to really just help add water back into your skin. It's just going to rehydrate your skin and keep the surface of your skin nice and hydrated, so it's more soft and it's more elastic, and it's just got a better feel to it altogether. So another class of ingredients is going to be your emollients, and emollients are really good for people who have dry skin and whose skin lacks any type of moisture or oil or lipid content. And so a good way for me to remember what emollients are is I look at the word emollient and I see an O, an I, and an L in no particular order, and that spells oil. So I think of a sidewalk with a lot of cracks in it, and I think of pouring oil over the sidewalk and how the oil just kind of falls into the cracks. Well, that is what emollients do. They really kind of smooth the skin's surface by just really filling in those cracks. Whenever you think of like really, really dry skin, you think of cracks and scales and flakes and all those things. Well, that's what emollients do, is they really go in and they fill in all the cracks and leave your skin looking really moist and supple and plump. So emollients are typically the ingredients that give your skincare products that kind of creamy feel to them. An emollient that seems to be getting a lot of attention right now are ceramides, and ceramides really help to rebuild your skin's lipid layer whenever your skin is feeling really dry. So you always want to look for products that include ceramides, but you also look for products that include different types of oils: argan oil, jojoba oil, coconut oil. I like squalane oil. Argan oil is a really good one. An emollient that I have been obsessed with for a while now is castor oil. I think it makes a great moisturizing ingredient to include as part of your skincare routine. So those are going to be your emollients. Okay, so the last class of ingredients that I'm going to discuss here are the occlusive agents. And occlusive agents are ingredients that kind of create a film over the top of your skin so that they don't allow any type of water loss or moisture loss, but they also protect your skin from, environmental factors like wind and air and things like that, things that can actually kind of dry out your skin. So occlusive agents are ingredients that are really good to put on your skin as the absolute very last step in your skincare regimen, because they really just help to lock everything in. And those are going to be ingredients like petroleum jelly, mineral oil, shea butter. Castor oil is considered an occlusive agent, but it's also an emollient. And I really like castor oil because it's also considered non-comedogenic, which means it's not going to clog pores or add to any type of breakouts and stuff like that. But again, everybody's skin is different. Everybody's skin responds differently to different ingredients that are applied to them. So everything is just kind of an experiment. For me, I've always had great success with using castor oil. I use it weekly, if not daily, so it's just part of my skincare routine right now, and I really like it. Another occlusive agent is considered lanolin, also paraffin. This is a product that would definitely be considered an occlusive agent. Now, most people would not probably put this on their face. It would most likely be used for your body. It's CeraVe Healing Ointment. I really like it. I will put it around my eyes. I will put it on my skin. I don't seem to have any issues with that, but some people might because the first ingredient is mineral oil, and so that can probably clog pores. If you have acne-prone skin, I would probably not put this on your skin. Then it has paraffin, which is another occlusive agent. Dimethicone, so dimethicone is just another word for silicone, and some people, either you love or hate silicones. I love silicones. It just really helps to lock all the moisture in. I don't know if you've noticed, but anytime I've ever used any type of silicone on my skin, literally I can like splash my face with water and it'll just beat up and fall right off. Like, it doesn't get absorbed into my skin at all because I've got the silicone on there that's just kind of protecting it. Another product that would be considered occlusive is Nivea cream. Anything that's kind of in a tub that's really, really thick, and when you turn over, nothing comes out, those are most likely your occlusive agents, and those are really, really going to lock in all the moisture. Another example of that is obviously Vaseline, and I've had great success using Vaseline as the last product in my skincare routine to just kind of lock everything in, especially when I feel like I'm really suffering from dry skin at the moment, you know. Another one is shea butter. I mean, it's almost hard to get it out of the tub. You have to kind of warm it up with your body heat in order to kind of apply it, but it makes a great occlusive agent. So anyways, I hope that this video helped to clear things up a bit when it comes to moisturizing ingredients. I'm going to fill up my description box with a lot of information, and a lot of the information that I discussed in this video, just in case you want to check back and you don't want to have to rewatch the whole video. So anyways, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.